Did you know that just one night of poor sleep can impair your brain as much as being legally drunk? You see, when we're sleep deprived, our brain goes a bit haywire. Communication between different regions is affected, and several brain regions become less active. This creates difficulties in staying focused, we struggle with self-control, and it's hard to memorize anything. It's like a team that's not working well together. And if you stay awake long enough, you may even start hallucinating. Sleep deprivation doesn't just leave us wary, it messes with our brain's reward system. Dopamine, a feel-good molecule, is crucial for inducing pleasure and reward. A well-rested brain releases it in a balanced manner. But when we stay awake for too long, it's released irregularly, which can lead us to intense cravings and mood swings. So that urge to eat at midnight is your brain craving a good release of dopamine to feel good. But is that all? Or could sleep deprivation have bigger repercussions for our brain? Sleep is important for a variety of reasons, one of which is that our brain undergoes essential cleaning maintenance. It's like having a dedicated cleaning crew inside our heads, removing harmful toxins. Without enough sleep, these toxins accumulate. There is more oxidative stress and inflammation, which can damage our cells and maybe even kill them. Mice studies have shown us what happens on a cellular level when we're sleep deprived. For example, in sleep deprived mice, their brains produce less of a protective protein called pleiotrophin. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. This reduction in pleiotrophin leads to cell death, especially in the hippocampus, our memory center, making it harder to form and retain memories. And pericytes, vital cells that regulate blood flow and maintain the integrity of the blood-brain barrier, also take a hit when sleep deprived. This affects the brain's microcirculation, which is so important for our brain cells to receive the nutrients and oxygen they need. The silver lining is that damage inflicted on pericytes can be reversed by having good quality sleep. It's not just animal studies. Human studies have also shown a connection between poor sleep and the brain getting smaller. The parts of the brain that manage thinking, memory, planning, and problem-solving skills aren't as big in people who don't sleep well. The same study found that the older we get, if we don't keep our sleep in check, the more our brain seems to shrink. But here's where it gets a bit tricky. Scientists aren't exactly sure which comes first, the bad sleep or the brain changes. To top it all, there is a clear connection between insufficient sleep and an increased risk of developing neurological disorders such as Alzheimer's and dementia. Now, you might be wondering, can we recover lost sleep? The answer is yes, but it takes time. In a study examining the cognitive performance and brainwaves of people in their 20s, a weekend was not enough to recover from sleeping less than usual for the previous 10 nights. In fact, it took them around 7 days to start recovering reaction speed. And even after 7 days, some brain regions' electrical patterns were still not at the normal baseline, suggesting that it requires a longer time to bring our brain back to normal. Another study found that while we can recover hippocampal connectivity after a night of total sleep deprivation, it will take more than a good night's sleep to restore proper memory function. So while our brains can bounce back from occasional sleep deprivation, chronic sleep problems can lead to more severe consequences. Now, I'm curious, how bad has a lack of sleep affected you before? Share below and I hope you have a good night's sleep today.